Hello friends of the Wells of Wall Street. This video, MultiVac, MTV. One of our favourite projects, albeit it's had a bit of a weird one this year, with changes in the team at the high level, the roadmap mishap, if you like, and yeah, just a mixture of confusion in some aspects. But for me, the technology is still there, the opportunity is still there, and I believe in MultiVac. Guys, let's just have a quick look at this. They finally updated the roadmap on the website. Hooray! Yes, finally, it kind of makes a bit more sense to the previous Medium article they put on there. However, yep, it's on there. This is good. Nothing major sort of stands out in regards to I think I'm maybe being a bit harsh, but there are some relatively good aspects to this roadmap. We aren't going into massive detail because we covered a lot of this in the previous video. But yeah, I was expecting to see a bit more punchy milestones to be seen this year for MultiVac, especially after the success they had last year. And I think there was massive community growth, obviously a lot of stakers. But, you know, when this whole situation of the CEO change and lack of communication potentially and the roadmap, the way it was presented, I know a lot of people in the comments of our videos and just, the obliteration on social media for them. People just saying I'm unstaking, I'm removing myself from MultiVac, I'm selling. Even some other channels that were originally presented MultiVac to us or me as a person individually, a year or so ago, have just decided to stop and remove out of their portfolio, which is a bit of a shame, because I do think that this project is still relatively solid. Like, ignore the things that go on. It does take months for teams to re-engage, and I'm sure in the next few months we'll see a lot more activity and a lot more personality coming out of MultiVac. What was a bit confusing, I remember in one of the last few videos we did, was Sean here was basically like saying apologies for the lack of information stuff is pretty much him doing all the work. I was like, that's a bit odd. But that is what it is. He's clearly passionate and energetic about this and wants it to continue. And that's enough for me right now to believe. I love investing in people as well as companies and projects. And I see his drive, his ambition. So I'm not going mad with MultiVac, I'll be honest. Like, I'm not like going, oh, wow, chucking loads and loads of money in that. I'm being cautious. But sometimes, for higher rewards, there is usually higher risk sometimes. And that's kind of come through no fault of his own at all. It's a concussion of things. So for me personally, I'm invested based on the technology that's presented in front of me, the information, the white papers that we were all so excited about last year. Do ask yourselves, what got you excited about MTV in the first place? And if you're new to it, do watch our previous videos where we do cover the CEO changeover at the end of December, the beginning of January. The confusion around the roadmap or the lack of information on those. All these things contribute to people and investments, mindsets, of course. But for me, like I said, my research that I've done and what was brought to me by a couple of other channels as well back in the day, I didn't invest initially, and I made that clear in the previous videos that it was almost a mistake on my part to miss out on those areas, and we missed out, or I missed out on the big tail up. And it doesn't sound much, but it actually is. I mean, these prices where people were talking about originally were 0.002, 0.003, and we took it up to like 2-3 cents, and that alone, guys, it's absolutely massive. It's like an 850 odd % increase. So we missed out on that, but we did tail up around towards the latter stage. So we still got a bit of a good reward from that aspect, but we've had this big tail down. We're now testing areas that we have been seeing back here in August last year, and played about with it arguably through the first half of last year. So we're in this bit of a situation right now where we've come down to the bottom. The rest of the market has as well. It's not just MultiVac. But what's nice to see is a bit of a recovery finally, a bit more of an uptake. So we unfortunately in the last couple of weeks penetrated lower than these low areas already around January time. This might be a good thing actually, because we're seeing the bottom areas of the fib retracement level, and we've seen a retaliation to say we don't want to come lower than this. We don't want to drag ourselves arguably potentially down to these lower regions of 0.004 again, and even lower, and arguably to the point where I was originally trying to jump in the first place, or didn't do in that case. So I'm kind of excited in the sense that we're in an area right now where it's like I've got another opportunity to get involved in this project. Like I said, I'm not going to go mad because I'm a bit cautious about the way things have been going, but I see the opportunity. And I'm happy. Personally, you have to assess your own risk and your own research and everything into these kind of projects. But for me, right now, it's a very nice buy area. It's a confident area for me personally on the RSI's 14-28 days, showing a nice area that I love around that 40 mark. And it's not as low as it was before, where I was accumulating before as well. But actually now I feel even more comfortable in these areas because there's a bit of stabilization. But for me personally, I'm not going to buy right now. I'm just going to perhaps wait it out a few more days just to see if we get a bit more stabilization around this area, because we might dip down further, and if we reject this area and something happens with the rest of the market, we may drop down even further. So I just want to be cautious of that, and I'll do myself the honor of doing DCAing down like I have been throughout this year on not just this project but others as well. So yeah, I'm just waiting patiently the next few days. As we said, the RSI is looking healthy in terms of a buying position. We're in a good momentum up. It's not massive. The volumes aren't massive. I think everyone's been cautious right now with MTV, in my opinion. But it switched over. It switched over back here on the 23rd of March. It bounced around a bit. And now we're in a bit of a bull move. I'm not saying a bull market. I'm saying a bull move in the sense that the MACD switched over. We've got that confirmed on the histogram here as well. But like I said, the volumes aren't huge. So it is an area of interest to me. I'm just going to hold out maybe the next 24, 48 hours, see how this plays out. But I've still got a bit of a threshold. Even if it starts jumping up to like 0.006 or something, I'll still be happy to buy in those areas. But yeah, it's just worth that area. I've been buying it all the way down anyway, but I'm just waiting to get more. So that's kind of my thoughts around MTV right now. Someone asked in the comments, what's my updated price prediction? Well, I'm keeping it as the same in the sense that I think we could still get to 30 cents if a bull market occurs. Not going to happen probably in the next couple of months for sure, but maybe towards the latter stages of the year. We just need this whole market to switch itself around really. But we're making good progress, and it's nice to see a bit of a recovery for MTV and other assets as well. But this is the key thing for me. We've got a bit of a green on the week, which is great. But this monthly and this 3 monthly, we've spoken about the narratives and why this is with MTV in particular. They've got a lot of work to do, or to encourage more investors in there to bring that number up. Now, arguably, it's not their massive duty to get more amounts of investors as such, reflect price points and things. Their job and duty is to create the project that they're doing, right? Investors do, of course, have some say in that, and the staking protocols, which they believe in this year are looking to do some sort of governance, which is cool. So stakers will be able to vote on things, which is a good move, in my opinion, based on the last 3 months that we've had with them. But yeah, this is going to take a while, guys, for a proper recovery for MTV. We had these nice loop areas here, and it just failed. Nice W there moving, but yeah, it just failed. It wasn't quite ready. But let's see how it plays out, guys. I'm still excited for MTV. I was disappointed with the way things have been going the last few months, but that's only because I'm excited about it. I'm like, please don't waste this project. Please don't waste this technology and opportunity. That's my main frustration with it. But it for sure holds strong and proudly in my portfolio, and it will continue to do so for definitely the immediate future. But I'm expecting big things from MultiVac over the next few years for sure. Let us know in the comments below how you're feeling about MTV now, based on the last few months and most recent information. Are you happy now that they've got a roadmap on the website? Do you think they can improve that still? But let us know your pros and cons about MTV. Have you jumped back in? if you sold off in the last couple of months because of the negativity and the concerns, or you just waiting on the sidelines to see what happens. Really interested to know everyone's thoughts and opinions around that. We're going to wrap this up video quick, guys, because I got literally 3 hours of sleep last night, so I need to catch up on some of that. I've got some videos, hopefully more to record, if not tonight, then very early tomorrow morning before I start work. But we'll sure bash out some other projects as well. Do let us know as well in the comments if there's any other projects you want us to cover, as well as the usual ones that we do. That's what I like to do, is try and appease as many of you out there as possible. And we'll try and bring people's crypto back soon as well. Episode 4 or 5 I think will be on for some new gems. And also we do have how to get involved in TGEs, token launches, before they get onto exchanges and stuff. Really good opportunities to make some money on gaming especially. We'll wrap those up as well. So until those ones, guys, thanks for watching this one. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.